Howdy, howdy, everybody, and welcome to Alma, Missouri. This is actually my third attempt at starting on this map, mainly because I just didn't like the way things were flowing for me. But uh, we have, we actually started out a new farmer, so we got all this land. Let me switch over to farmland. So we've got all this land. All this land is ours. We've got three fields to start with. This field is in sunflower. This field is in wheat. And this is a grass field. Um, Now, with that being said, might be noticing that we've got some extra information up here. And that extra information is from precision farming. It is finally out on Fs25, and we are going to be using it on this map. So, to use it, first things first, you'll switch over up here on your map to precision farming, and then you can click on each field. And the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to purchase field data. And we're going to do that on all three fields that we own. And there we go. All right, so we have all the information. And then we can click right here. Let's see what kind of information we got. Yeah, it's not really telling us what all we need. But if you scroll over, you can look. It gives you different bars of information. Let's see, pH, nitrogen, yield, seed rate. Okay. Well, fair bit of information that you can get from it. The biggest thing that this is going to help us with is uh, prepping the fields to get the best yields out of the fields. So um, that's the biggest thing with this for me, anyways. So that's what we're going to be using it for. Now, we currently have 0 buildings on our land. We have 0 equipment. So that is the first thing we're going to be setting up. So I do have equipment that's going to be delivered to us. As a matter of fact, I believe my delivery point is right about here. Yeah, there's one of the corners. So, but before we do that, let's go ahead and build ourselves a house. Now, there is one of the mods that I've got added on. It's a shed with living. I think it's this one right here. All right. Yep. Well, right here is where the original house would normally be on this map, but this shed is actually a drive-through. So, um, if we were to put this here, we would need to make an exit for anything coming out that side of the shed. So let's look at maybe a different spot, as in like maybe, just maybe, we go with right about And we'll put the front door to the road. So we'll go with right there. And all right, let's extend this all the way up to the road or to the door. Let's see what texture. I think this is a little bit too dark. All right. Just a little bit extra around it. And let's do the same on this side for this door. Now we'll actually go ahead and make that just a little bit larger. So, um, now this house shed, or well, obviously the shed we can go in, or the storage we can go in, but we're supposed to be able to go into the house itself also, so or the living quarters. So that's going to be our house workshop. Um, then let's go ahead and we're going to pick ourselves out our equipment. Now, we are going to end up being using tractors a little bit more than we did before, mainly because of the uh, precision farming. So, but first and foremost, we need ourselves a combine for the wheat and for the sunflowers. So we're just going to go ahead and use the closest harvester. Um, let's go ahead and up the power just a little bit, and we will go ahead and just max out the capacity. We first couple times I started out on this map, I went with just space, and we're just going to go ahead and jump straight into max capacity. We're going to use standard width headers, but we will do the larger capacity. So, all right. So here's our combine. Let's see. Other than upping the power a little bit and the capacity, I think that's going to be all we're going to do to it. All right. So next we need to get ourselves a couple of headers. Now we could do the um, uh, swather and then pick everything up with the combine. Extra step, and yeah, you do get more yield, but it's more time. So we're just going to leave it like this. All right, so that's that. All right, now we need the corn header. While I am getting the unrealistic, I am leaving it at standard width. The main reason why I'm going with unrealistic on the width is just for speed. It's going to speed things up on us or for us, make things easier on us that way. So, all right, so we got our headers, we got our combine. We're going to need something for moving the crop to the silo. we are going to be building a silo, so we will we will need something to move it to the silo, and then come sale time, move it from the silo to sell point. So um, we're just going to go ahead and go straight to unrealistic. Much bigger capacity makes things easier on us. I don't know what the work area does on this trailer, but it's all right. All right, so we've got trailer, and now we need a truck to pull it. You know what? Yeah, let's take a quick. Yeah, I didn't think so. All right. I'm actually tempted to go. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this. We'll do the old cab over. We'll do day cab, tandem long. All right. Nothing fancy, but it is a basic little truck. Just as long as we don't get it stuck. So, all right. So we got ourselves a truck. We got ourselves combine, the headers. Tell you what, right quick, we are going to actually get a hired hand working on harvesting the wheat field um, while we finish building things out. So it's helpful if I'm actually hitting the left turn button instead of just driving straight like an idiot. Now, let me change a couple settings up right quick before I forget and goof things up on myself. I am going to be turning crop destruction off. Mainly because I have a tendency of accidentally running through a field, and I don't want that extra damage. So, um, we'll turn the disaster destruction off, but otherwise, off, 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 off. All right. So, to our right is our grass field. To the left is our corn. And obviously, straight ahead of us is our wheat field. Now, let's see. Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and make straw also. So, all right, get him nosed in, and we'll get this guy hooked up. So this truck is going to be a whole lot slower than what I normally run with. This truck only having 400 horse versus me typically running with 1,000 plus. So, but there's that. He's set up. All right. Next up, we're going to need something to do a little bit of uh, dirt work. And in actuality, we have ourselves an option we can do. Um, So this is an add-on that you can put on anything that doesn't have sensors already for um, precision farming. So we are going to use it on this guy. We use this truck quite a bit. This is the more powerful, heavier modded version that I've done. Um, so um, we'll use that for doing our dirt work. All right, so that's that. Now we are also going to need something for um, actually doing the fertilizing, doing the spreading the limes, spraying herbicide. So let's take a look at spreaders. And all right, fertilizer and lime we can do with a broadcast spreader. Actually, looking at doing it with the Colossus pack spreaders, mainly because, well, capacity. So, all right, so we're going to go with narrow tires. Um, let's see, we're going to do one. One of these is going to be white. Actually, no. Hang on. We'll do a white cover. And white for is going to be for lime. All right, so there's going to be 4 lime. And then we'll do one. We'll do it green for fertilizer. All right, so we've got lime and fertilizer. And next we need something for spraying herbicide. For the most part, we're not going to need much herbicide, but we will need some. So we might as well go as wide as this guy will do. We'll turn both of those on. Actually, yes. All right. So that takes care of that. All right. We do need some herbicide. So let's see, fertilizer, herbicide. All right, there's our herbicide. Um, Way more than what we actually need, but that's all right. Oh, we do need a cultivator. I bought the truck for pulling a cultivator, but I did not get a cultivator itself. All right. Yep, that's it. All right, now we need tractors for pulling the broadcast spreaders and the fertilizer or the sprayer for the herbicide. And as I mentioned earlier, we will actually be using some tractors. But let's see, what do we want to grab? Gotta stay away from the green, at least that green, because those things are crap. Well, they're not crap, but they're my opinions of John Deere is pretty negative. So, let's double check something. Our I don't think our spreader had, or broadcast spreaders had any with or power requirements. And no power requirements. Okay, so tractors was we can get away with small tractors. Going to be a little bit slower, but oh geez, you know what? All right. See how he's doing. All right. Well, we're going to let him get this knocked out. Oh, something we are going to need is a baler for the straw. I didn't think about that. Let's go ahead and grab one. And while we're here, stone picker. All right, baler. Got a couple. We could do square bales. We could do round bales. Um, while technically speaking, that guy would do the job. It's painfully slow and small. Um, no, U.S. Yeah, everything else is fine. Yeah. All right, there's our baler. And we're going to need a trailer for loading said bales. As a matter of fact, the trailer that I did a tipper on, made a tipper, also has auto load bales as an option. So that's the trailer we're going to use for it. So um, let's grab a truck for pulling that too. We're going to want something that's going to get around in the field a little better than our old International. And I'm actually looking at, I'm thinking a 6x6. Either 6x6. Let's see here. 600 horse is max. Why not? Um, Now, yeah, we'll go with this guy. I could have changed up the tires, but oh well. All right. Well, we're going to get this finished up. And that's pretty well our setup for this playthrough. I am going to put a silo up. It's probably going to be over right where I'm looking, right there between the roads. That's probably where I'm going to put it. Either that, yeah, or actually maybe right there. Um, but I think that's going to be it for this one. I want to say thank you all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, leave a comment, and I really hope to catch you guys next time. Take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.